Hi, welcome back to Dr. VASU'S lectures. In continuation of C language, we'll see output or a display of data. So far, we have seen different types of data types, and now we are going to see how the display of these data elements. Here, we use input-output functions. Formatted input-output functions are printf and scanf. We'll see a printf is to display and a scanf is to read the values from the monitor. From the monitor we give. Similarly, we have another type of functions called unformatted functions. We'll see the meaning of what is formatted and unformatted clearly later. Get a character and put a character. Get character is to get the information from us. Put character, it is giving out the character or as output. Similarly, gets is to get the data. So here we are going to see how the output first. Let us talk about the output. And here, suppose I am using a printf function and hi, I am Mr. Madhu, I am learning C. This is what I have written in as a printf statement. Within brackets and within double quotes, we must write, and this statement should end with the semicolon. And one more thing, just this is to learn how the printf function works. These are all actually used in the program. Okay. Now coming to the output, when you write a statement like this, the output will be like this. The same whatever is written within the quotes will be appearing here. Suppose I have written this and the same statement. In between, I have introduced a new line character, that is /n. Now let us see how the output will be. If you write the statement like this, our statement comes in 2 lines, not single line like this. Because after this Madhu, I have introduced a new line. That means in the next line it has to come. Whatever is remaining, it should come after this new line. So it has come in the second line. Similarly, I have used here 2 printf statements and I have written, hi, I am Mr. Madhu and a new line and I am learning C in the second printf, second statement. Let us see how the data will be, output. The display will be the same as above here and we are getting in 2 lines. Okay. Suppose I'm using a printf statement 2 times and instead of writing a new line character here, I have written in the beginning itself of next line. Yes, it is also allowed and you get an output like this. So to get the output in different lines, we have to use this new line character, whether it may be in between or at the end of a line, that is in the end of a printf statement, or in the beginning of this printf statement like this. So whenever you encounter a new line character, the remaining part of it starts in the next line. That is it. Okay. Now let us see. Before proceeding further, like, share, and comment if you like my lectures. Please subscribe to Dr. VASU'S lectures. Thank you. And please write your comments and I will address all of them. Thank you. Coming to the output, so here I have taken printf. I have written the same in the first line. I introduced 3 new line characters here. Okay, let us see how the output will be. Oh God, I got a large gap in between because we have introduced 3 new line characters here. We got a huge gap between these 2 lines. So this new line should be used carefully wherever is required, whenever is required. Next. Suppose I take a simple program. Here I am writing a simple program, and an integer, a value 10 is assigned to A and is declared as integer. So the integer value of A should be displayed here as I am writing A here. The value of A should come here. Because it is an integer, the percent I is used. Let us see the output. So the output is the integer value of A is equal to 10. That's it. Great. We got the integer value. Now, suppose I have taken two integer values. Okay. So integer value A is 10, B is 20. I am using two printf statements here. Value of A and value of B in two lines. Let us see how the output will be. Oh, did you expect this? Even though I have used two printf statements, this has come as a single line, single sentence. The value of A is appearing here. Immediately after this, the second line also started. You may be wondering, even though we have used two printf statements, why it has come like this? So here is the case. We have to introduce a new line character at the end of every printf statement. Otherwise, all these, even though you are using a printf a number of times, this will be continued as a single line. So you must be careful. So next, suppose I have taken three values, A, B, C, integers. Value of A, I want to display the value of A here, B here, and C value here. That's why I have told A, B, C here. Now, if you see, the value of all these are appearing like this because we put one printf statement and all the three values have appeared here. Suppose if I use make a small difference, the same program, instead of comma, earlier we have a comma here, right? In that place, I just put a new line character. After %I put a new line character /n. So here similarly, before C also. And the remaining program is entirely same. If you observe the output, you get a beautiful output like this. A value clearly in one line, B in another line, C in another line. So this is the way of displaying the output in a good way, in a aesthetic sense, right? Now, suppose I have taken a float. A value is this much, 10.8467. B is 20.9582. So we have taken two values, and here I am going to display the float value of A here. %f I am using here also. For B, %f. So A and B values I want to display here. If you see the output, the value of A here and B here in the second line, because I am using new line character here, and because it is a float and because I have used %f, 6 decimal places are displayed in both the cases. So this is the way of displaying a float. Next, I have taken a float A and B. Now I don't want to have these extra zeros and all. They are cumbersome, and I don't want to see the display like that. All the decimal places not necessary. So let us do one thing. Here, earlier just we used %f. In that place, I add a 0.2. The meaning of it is, after decimal place, I want only 2 digits. Similarly, here for value of B, 2 digits. Again, I have written another statement. Here, I just want to have only one number after decimal. Similarly, for B also, only 1 digit after decimal. Let us see how the output will be. If you see the value of A only and B having only 2 decimal places, right? After decimal place, only 2 values, 2 digits. Here we have, because we asked for only one value, we got only one here. Clear? And if you observe, actually 8457, we are truncating this to here. It must be adjusted because it is greater than 5. This 4 has become 5 here. Similarly, this 8 is bigger than 5, more than 5. This 5 becomes 6 here. And here only we have taken only one value. You see the difference. 0.8, it must be having 0.8 only because we have 4. 4 is less than 5. That's why 10.8 only is shown here. But if you come to this second case, 20.9, but this 20.9 and this is 5. And this actually becomes one bigger, that is 10. 10 means 1 comes to the left side and 0 here. That's why this has become 21.0. So the way of, in a good looking manner, we can also show the display the value of a float using this 0.2 or 0.3, 0.1 like this. Okay, I think you enjoyed it. Next, suppose I have taken a float, different values, and I have taken 0.1f, 0.2f, 0.3f. Let us see. We all understood all this. Just to see the output, you can have a look at it. So 10.8, because I want only one digit, it is 10.8. We want 2 digits. That's why this becomes 20.96. 8 is removed, and because 8 is bigger than 5, this becomes 6. So 20.96 has come here. Another one, I want 3 digit decimal places. So because we want 3 decimal places, already we have 5, 6, 7. 8 is bigger than 5, more than 5. So this 7 becomes 8 and 5, 6, 8. That's how the values are displayed. Suppose I have declared the integers a and b. A and b are declared as integers. But if you observe one thing, I have actually taken float values and declared them as integers. Let us see the fun, how it acts and how it displays. So here I'm going to show the value of a. Because this is a float, I have taken float here, %f. And b also is a float, that's why %f I take. Complete the program. I'm displaying this actually, this is a float, but I have declared it as integer. That means an integer is going to display it as a float. Let us see what happens. If you see the output, the float value of a is equal to 0.000. Oh God, what happened? You see the magic happened here? This, why it happened? The integer, because we have declared this as an integer, and I'm going to show it as a float. That's why it has displayed a junk value. Similarly with b also, because integer is being displayed as a float, it cannot handle it. So it is could not handle it, and that's why we got junk, wrong values. So you must be careful in dealing with the declaration itself and also displaying the values. So suppose I have declared them as a float. These are float values, decimal places, and I declared as float. But here I'm going to do some mischief again. I'm going to display as integer. Let us see what happens. I want to display a as well as b as integers. That's why %I have taken. Let us see what happens. You see the magic? When tried to display as integer, a float value, I'm going to display as integer. It is again has given a junk. right? Garbage, because it is not the way to display the one form of data type to another form without making some modifications. What are they? We'll discuss later. So for the time being, you have to be careful in displaying the data types in a proper way and also in declaring the data types in the proper way. Declaration as well as the display, both are important. Otherwise, we get this junk. Clear? Next. So here I have declared again a float value I have taken and declared as integer, right? Both are integers, declared as integers, not they are integers. They are float values. But here I want to display them as integers because I have taken integer here, declared them as integer, want to display them as integer also. Let us see what happens. Do we get the junk here again? Let us see. Interesting. A as integer, its value is truncated and taken out of this entire value. The integer part of it is taken and this entire part is neglected. Similarly for B is the integer part before the decimal place, left side part of the decimal place is taken and all this is neglected because this has happened because they are declared as integers and displayed as integers. So we must be careful in declaration as well as display. So these are the precautions to be taken in displaying the data types. Okay. So wish you have liked it, and we'll discuss the data input in the next video. Thank you, and subscribe to VASU lectures if you like it. Thank you.